Hi everyone, I'm back for another Tuesday Tips. And what I wanted to go over with you guys this week real fast is just a little bit of measuring skills. Some people have never had the chance to learn how to really work with a ruler. It's never just been needed. And some of us may have learned many moons ago and we don't quite remember. So a refresher course is helpful. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, first of all, is you may notice that my numbers here are going backwards. That's not what you would see on a standard ruler. On a standard ruler, you would see that your numbers, sorry for the glare guys, this is kind of the best I can do here at the moment. On a standard ruler, your numbers are going to go to the right. Okay, so you're going to have your 1/4 inch mark here, your 1/2 inch, your 3/4 inch, and then your 1 inch. Okay, so this would be 2 1/4 and so forth. The camera's not going to zoom in on those tiny lines so well. So I tried to redraw this so that you guys kind of had an idea as to what I was talking about. So this measurements is from 0 to 1 inch going to the left. Why did I do that? I did that because on a trimmer, that is the direction your numbers go. Now, we're not typically going to be working with 30 seconds all the way down to these small numbers, but I thought I would show you guys anyway. Some rulers may have so many tick marks. So it would be 0 to 32. 8 30 seconds would be your 1/4 inch marking. 16 30 seconds your 1/2 inch marking. And 24 30 seconds would be your 3/4 inch marking. And you can tell by the heights of the tick marks as they graduate, the smaller ones, and then it'll get a slightly larger and slightly larger. So let's get out of 30 seconds because that's a lot to kind of take in there. So here I have us working with something that you'll more likely see, which is working with 1/16 inch markings. Okay, so this is what you would see on a standard trimmer. And when I want to show you here, I have my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And here you'll see there are 1/16 inch markings. How do we know this? Because from a 1 inch to a 2 inch, let me see if I can flip this back out of the way. So from a 1 inch to the 2 inch, there are 16 lines in between. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we have 16 tick marks in between here. Halfway, so our 1/2 inch marking would be 8/16. Okay, if we count 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4/16. 4/16 is also our 1/4 inch. So you can tell we'll say small, medium, small, medium, large, and jumbo tick marks. Okay, so our small tick marks, our smallest ones, are 1/16 inch markings. Our medium tick marks, so the second guy right here, would be our 1/8 inch markings. So we have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. Okay. Then we get to our larger tick marks, and those are our 1/4 inch markings. So we have 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. And then our largest, or our jumbo tick mark, would be our 1/2 inch marking. So how do we apply this to what we're going to be trimming out? The measurements I'm giving you guys for this week, and I have kind of our little ruler here again. The measurements for this week is, one of the measurements is 3.5 inches by 4 13/16 of an inch. Okay. So when I use my paper trimmer, I'm going to line that up to, let me see, this would be 12, so our 3/4 inch is 12/16. So I would line this up on my trimmer to 13/16 and whatever the inch number was, 4. So 4 and 13/16 of an inch, and that's where I would cut with my trimmer. Some trimmers, however, only have 1/8 inch markings. This is where it can get tricky. And let me show you an example of that. I have a much larger guillotine trimmer that I use. This is a swing line trimmer. This has the blade that goes up and down like this. And you'll see that on this trimmer, I only have 1/8 inch markings. So how do I cut 13/16 if that's what my measurement was? Well, once again, let's see if I can get the camera to focus here. Sorry guys, it's tricky work. There we go. So once again, you can count by 2s, okay? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That gives us our 16th inch measurements, or we have 1/8 inch measurements on this trimmer. I really like this trimmer for that reason. I don't like having all the extra lines. I think it makes it a little bit trickier to work with when I'm working with a trimmer. So I prefer either my Stampin' Up! Trimmer, which has just the 16th inch lines, or my guillotine trimmer, which has the 1/8 inch lines that I know I can count by 2s. Okay, so to count our 4 and 13/16 of an inch. Oh, I lost my paper. I buried it here, guys, sorry. I'm going to show you guys how that would look. And I'm holding this up, so forgive me, I want to get this as close to the camera as I could. Okay, so here would be 4.5. Let's see. All right, so here would be 4.5. So I know I can count by 2/16. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That would be 14 if I went ahead and cut it here. So all I have to do is move my paper in between the 2 lines. And that puts me between 12 and 14/16 of an inch. So if I just move my paper in between, that gives me my 13/16 of an inch cut. Boy, that's really tricky numbers, guys. I'm sorry. But that's what we're doing for this week, so I wanted to help you guys see it realistically. Okay, so I'm going to set this trimmer down carefully and see if it'll let me zoom in just a hair bit more. And hopefully it'll pick it up. There we go. Cool. Okay. So to go ahead and do this cut now for this week, it was 4 and 13/16 of an inch. So I'm just going to line that up right there in between these two. And I'm going to chop that. And then it was by 3.5. So I'm just going to rotate my paper and then line it up to the 3.5 inch mark and trim it out. And now I have the measurements for today's, or for this week's mystery stamping. It's a 3.5 inch by 4 and 13/16 of an inch piece of cardstock. I hope I didn't thoroughly and utterly confuse you guys. I hope this was helpful to have a little bit of a quick ruler lesson or a lesson on using a trimmer. And I will grab, let me see, and do one more cut for you guys with the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So once again, we can see how this looks. Okay, so this one has, again, those 16th inch markings. So that's kind of nice because I don't have to count extra hard. Or I don't have to work extra hard to count, rather. So again, we have small, medium, large, and jumbo tick marks. So I know the jumbo, or the 1/2 inch mark, would be 8/16. So now I just count 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So on the next tiny tick mark, 4 13/16 of an inch. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And then I'm going to rotate my paper to a nice easy cut at 3.5 inches. Okay, and I always make sure that my cardstock is up tight against the edge guide of my trimmer so that it's a nice even cut. I hope you guys could see all that today. If you have any other questions, please do feel free to reach out to me. But once again, I hope this was a helpful, quick little video for you guys for your Tuesday tips, and I can't wait to see you guys on Friday. Bye.